You can make attorney level money online with just 4 simple principles. I've done this with 4 separate companies going from 0 to 7 figures and helped literally hundreds of entrepreneurs starting from scratch to building better businesses, and you can do this too. If you listen specifically to step number 3, it's going to accelerate you much faster than anyone else online, getting distracted by all the noise. So let's dive in. All right, before we dive into the 4 principles, let's talk about the 4 companies I built using this methodology. The first one was Sky Social Media, a marketing agency that I started with my wife in 2010, working specifically with personal injury attorneys. Since 2010, we've accrued over $7 million, averaging about $500,000 to $750,000 per year from that company. The business really boomed from 2014 to 2017 before I launched my second company. The second business was Prospecting on Demand, which is still my main business today, the most consistent income that I have. That's a coaching and mastermind community for entrepreneurs, mostly digital marketing agencies and SaaS businesses, which has accrued well over $7 million in a much shorter time frame, roughly 7 to 8 years. On top of that, the third business, more inconsistent, but it has been my events business. It's part of the Prospecting on Demand ecosphere, but we've run about 15 events since 2019 and has been able to accrue from sponsorships, ticket sales, and post-event sales well over $2 million from that business. Number 4, and lastly, again, more inconsistent, not exactly a consistent recurring revenue, but that would be my corporate sales consulting, which I've done Restore Hyper Wellness, I've done large marketing agencies and some in between, eclipsing just over $1 million roughly in the last 3.5 years. You are capable of doing these things as well, regardless of your background, regardless of whether or not you have sales abilities. You just have to understand these 4 basic principles. And remember, it's okay if you're starting from scratch. The biggest thing is consistent action and belief that you're capable of doing it. Focus on the actions, not the outcomes, because when you stay consistent, you will get there. All right, let's dive into the specific 4 pillars. Okay, pillar number 1 is your irresistible offer. This is the baseline foundation of your company. You cannot generate any sales or do any fulfillment for an offer that is not there. And this works for literally any business. If you are offering digital marketing services, what are you offering? To whom are you offering it? How are you picking that niche? How are you picking that offer? The easiest thing to consider when you are developing an effective offer in any business is being a problem solution business. Focus on the results. Think of it like a plumber. When you hire a plumber because your toilet's broken, what do you want that plumber to do? You want that plumber to fix your toilet. You do not care if he uses a snake, a vacuum. You especially don't care if he's using the Hydro Vacuum 9500 versus the Hydro Vacuum 7500. The features don't matter. The vehicle doesn't matter. What matters is problem solving. Identify the problems that your ideal prospect or niche has and solve them for them at a profit to you. That's the first and most important pillar. What is going to be your irresistible offer? Pillar number 2 is going to be prospecting. Now, this is really important because 2 and 3 are combined, so I'll tell you right now. Number 3 is sales, and everyone will say sales is the most important. In fact, at the beginning of the video, that's exactly what I said. And people will say, I have a sales problem. But then I ask how many book calls they have or how much traffic they have to their website, and they say, oh, I've had 10 calls this month. And the reality is that's not a sales problem. Before actually having the opportunity to have a sales problem, you have to have prospecting in place. Prospecting is lead generation, creating sales opportunities, actually getting leads to be interested in the offer that you are making to them so you can get on a sales call to actually give them the chance to buy from you. If you don't have a prospecting methodology, whether it's from cold emails, cold calls, going to events, going to actual businesses in person, reaching out via LinkedIn or on Facebook or Instagram. If you don't have any of these methodologies in place, you're going to struggle. My biggest recommendation for any online business is simplifying it to at least these 2 things. When you get started, do absolutely reach out via email and calls. For more established professional businesses, you have to be leveraging LinkedIn. But if you're reaching out to more blue-collar companies, LinkedIn's not really gonna do its trick. If you follow up via any outbound strategy, you must call as well to create those opportunities. And don't be afraid of rejection. It's part of the game. you'll be fine. Keep pushing on. That is pillar number 2, which makes pillar number 3 sales. When you are creating the opportunity in prospecting by showcasing to someone that you have a potential way to overcome the main problem that they have, they're going to get on a sales call with you or meet you in person for a sales conversation. Now we have to convert that interested lead into a paying client, which means convincing someone to buy from you. Now, sales is not about manipulation. And on my channel, I have a ton of videos about sales psychology and how to break it down. And it's not for this video to go into detail, but I'll link below my entire one call close sales psychology training to help you implement this. But the simplest way I can tell you about sales is believing in your product through speaking with authenticity, conviction, and transparency. When you do that, what I call the ACT or ACT method, it's going to allow the prospects to feel more comfortable to buy from you. Remember, we're not here to manipulate. We're here to solve problems and help people, which comes down to pillar number 4, which is fulfillment or service delivery, if you will. If you cannot provide an exceptional service or you don't know how to deliver the product you're selling, you end up becoming a charlatan. You end up becoming the worst type of salesperson, which is really how every salesperson is pigeonholed. Under this video, we're going to get comments of, oh, he's BS, it's garbage, he's selling snake oil. And no matter what you do, that's going to happen. But if you are actually building an effective business, you have to have effective delivery. So for my marketing agency, we had good Google Ads experts to get results for our attorneys. For Prospecting on Demand, our coaching company, I coach and my team coaches in a systemized format to help our clients get better results. And that works for every business. If you run a pizza shop, the fulfillment is you have to have a good chef with good recipes to ensure that you are delivering high quality pizza that the prospects purchased from you. These are the 4 core tenets and 4 pillars of literally any business online. I've helped hundreds of people just like you start from scratch, or people that have been doing it for years and struggling to figure out why they're stuck, to get results. You can probably see like a parade of them right here on the screen. But the reality is, if you stay focused on your offer, on your prospecting system, on your sales, and on your fulfillment, you'll be able to achieve any business and creating a 7-figure company in under a year. I have a ton more videos coming out and already on this channel breaking down each of these 4 pillars in detail, but keep it simple. That's the model. Remember, Pareto principle. What 80% of the results are you getting from 20% of the effort? If you try to do a bunch of things at 10%, you're not going to get the results. Stay focused on these 4 pillars. Follow me for more. Hit that like or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.